everybody. I want to do a hopefully quick video on a couple of things actually. So first of all, I want to recap the Olimoleague announcement that you guys might have heard, but then also talk a little bit about the upcoming months for me and also my goals for the future. So first of all, the Olimoleague announcement. If you guys didn't hear it, we mentioned it on stream and made a tweet, so it's very possible you guys didn't. Rifkin and I are going to Korea after BlizzCon to cast the Olimoleague finals live, which should be super cool because live casting has been a lot of fun in the past, and more experience is always a lot better. Plus, it gets to go to Korea, and Korea is awesome. But for me personally, in the next couple of months, this is piggybacking off the Olimoleague trip, whereas Rifkin is going back home after about a week in Korea. I will actually be staying in Korea for a full month. I'll be coming back home around the end of December and before Christmas, though, to please mom and whatnot. But there's actually not many, there's not really a super great reason to do this. So before everyone gets too excited and says like, oh my God, is she like doing something super secret and super important? Nope, not happening. It's nothing important. It's actually kind of a selfish reason. If you don't know me or haven't really been paying attention, um, I have always wanted to travel, and I love doing so right now. Every weekend that I can go, I'd love to go anywhere really, America, Canada, Europe, Korea, and I've always specifically wanted to live in another country for an extended period of time, and of course, Korea is my number one, right? So after like a year or so about just wishy-washy back and forth about doing it or not doing it, I said actually just go ahead and try it. So I'll be living there for a month. This is kind of going to be a test run for me to see if I can, first of all, live there, adequately, right? As well as continue casting with Base Trade TV. So that is definitely one of my main goals in doing this, and this is why it's a test. I want to make sure that I'm not annoying my neighbors or the internet doesn't actually work, although the internet's usually great in Korea, and that's why I'm staying there for a month. I'm also going to be going to IAM Korea at the middle of December, so that's another reason why I'm staying there a full month, but also to do this test. So that's kind of the new big reveal, update, announcement thing for me personally. The idea really is nothing much will change other than where I am and, of course, the time at which I'm broadcasting. So this entire production setup, including the mic, is going to just be picked up and moved to Korea to live in a single room. And that's it. So nothing really should change. But since I'm doing this video, I kind of wanted to also go into a little bit of my goals, right? As this move isn't just, it is pretty selfish, I'm not gonna lie, but there's also a couple of things I want to experiment with doing it. So, first of all, goal number one, and these goals are just short-term and a bit of long-term, I suppose, as well. Goal number one, continue casting with Base Trade TV. Nothing's going to change there, and nothing's planning to change right there. I really do just want to continue casting as I am right now, except not at 1 p.m., but rather at 2 a.m., and see if I can do that again. Noise complaints and internet and just my own physical and mental health doing that has got to be tested first before I return probably sometime mid-next year for an extended period of time, 3+ months. But first I have to make sure that I actually can do it, so this is the test. Goal number two, I would like to up my streaming time and content production. If you are on my YouTube channel, then you know I have one, which is great. So if you didn't, now you know. But go ahead and subscribe as well. I've been doing a lot of videos lately, build orders, tips and tricks. I have some other video series planned, and I've been really enjoying it, actually. It's a really good use of my accessory time, I suppose. And actually like editing and all that. So I'd like to continue doing that and more of it while I'm in Korea, including some Korean specific videos. That would be really cool. And then, of course, just upping my streaming time, which I've been doing more recently, but still not on a set schedule. And I'd like to experiment with doing it with a set schedule. Currently, I live at home with my parents and for a time, my brothers. And I think there is definitely something to be said about just doing things on your own in your own time and your own space. I want to see what I can do with that with a month in Korea. Goal number three, will be to up my StarCraft 2 knowledge. So that's kind of been on the back burner for me recently. There's been so many other things going on. Of course, casting almost daily has been a big toll, traveling as well as, and of course, doing the content I'm already doing. But on top of all that, I do have health issues, which I've talked about occasionally on stream. But there's something wrong with my neck where the vertebrae is actually out of line. Thus, my body can't take stress like most other healthy individuals can. So I have a lot of tension in my neck and shoulders that eventually affects my wrists. And this actually affects how long I could be on a computer in general. So because of that, StarCraft 2 knowledge has taken a bit of a step back, and I've just been focusing more on other things in the forefront. But I'd like to continue being what I originally wanted to be. Years ago, I wanted to be, that person that's could impress people with her knowledge, right? And actually show that she knew her stuff. And I want to get back to that type of route, I suppose. Goal number 4 would be to expand my casting opportunities and cast other casters and potentially other games. So this is just me wanting to improve as a caster. And I think to do that, I do have to try other casting styles and other, I guess, organization styles and working with other people and whatnot. So again, this is not taking anything away from my casting time with base trade TV, but something that I can do in addition to with hopefully my more structured time. Right. And there's some days, I'm not even casting on base trade TV. I'd like to fill those with just other things besides generally doing better, but actually specifically casting something else. For other games, I actually have enjoying experience of learning another game. Right now, I'm trying to learn Overwatch a little bit more and get used to casting like that. It's actually been a really nice challenge. So just something you can do when you're feeling a little burned out from StarCraft 2. And then finally, my last goal, and this is like something that we've talked about, I think, on stream before, but this is kind of like the actual announcement, or I mean, kind of not really, right? But that I do have an intention of trying to make it to the big stage casting gig and increasing my StarCraft 2 knowledge as well as casting with other casters and generally becoming a better caster. An analyst would, I think, help me with that goal to get to the big stage. I don't think it's a miraculous goal or anything like that, but I do think it's one that I would like to specify, actually say out loud, write down, and try and work towards, because right now the general, well, I kind of hope that I do better in X or Y isn't really working for me as I look forward into my career. So whether that's alone or with Rifkin, I mean, both would be really awesome. I think we both would like to cast on the big stage, but this is going to be one of my, I suppose, main focuses in the upcoming year. So wish me luck with that, I suppose. And that's about it for the goals. Just a little backstory, I suppose, on top of all of this. That's when I originally started casting StarCraft 2. It wasn't like it is now, basically, right? I mean, this was like 5 years ago, so the landscape has really, really changed. And back then, I very much so followed what I think a lot of other up and coming casters were trying to follow, which is the idea that you would cast Clan Wars, then a community cast in DreamHack or MLG, and then you would get to a studio cast as a guest, and then maybe later on someone would like you enough to give you a more permanent gig, and then maybe an in-studio gig. And I actually did most of that up until the in-studio consistent gig, right? And that doesn't really exist for a lot of people anymore, of course. The WC studios aren't existing anymore. But that was kind of the original plan. So when it came to learning how to be a streamer as well as StarCraft 2 caster, that's actually been one of the biggest journeys, I guess, and experiences, learning experience and growing experiences of my life in the last 2 to 3 years. Because Base Trade TV really is that combination of Twitch streamer and entertainer and StarCraft 2 caster. But as I've been thinking more about my goals, the general goal to become a better streamer and better content producer is all there, and I'd love to do that. I also would love to get to more of the behind the scene things for tournament organizing and player managing. I'm very interested in player managing, actually. But all that is, general goals and whatnot. I do want to try and, I guess, find more specific goals, and I figured I'd look back a little more to my past to figure out, I guess, more to where my future is going. So again, nothing to detract away from Base Trade TV. I would like to continue being a full-time co-caster on Base Trade TV, but other things that I can do and look forward to with my time. So that's actually it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Again, a TLDR, I suppose. Going to Creator Cast Olimoleague. Going to stay there for a month, test things out, see if I can return next year for an extended period of time, 3+ months. And then also work on all of these goals, streaming more, better content, more content, upping my StarCraft 2 knowledge, working with other casters, working with other organizers, and that's kind of it for the video. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you will continue to enjoy my casting and my content on BTTV, as well as my own YouTube channel and Twitch and whatnot. And I will see you guys later. Bye.